you act like I don't know.
Yeah, you know what's going on, right?
That's it. She active.
Yeah, I am an actor. I know how to do camera footage.
What's up? We back. Mandalay Podcast, aka Vibes with Mandalay, live from the bakery. Shout out to Chill letting us hold a bakery down. Today I got a special guest.
My guys.
My guy in the building.
Yes, sir.
What's
yes,
up?
Ain't
What's your
shit,
name?
Man.
Where you from?
100 Summers, man. Your boy Messa, man. You already know, West New York, New Jersey. Where we at? We in Harlem?
Yeah, we in Harlem, man. What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
Yo, niggas starting to think I'm from Harlem.
How often you be in Harlem?
I mean, I be in Harlem a lot. If out of all the boroughs in New York, I'd definitely be in Harlem a lot. That's because all my friends are from Harlem.
Okay. So name some of your, give some people a shout out from Harlem, man. Give your Harlem peoples a shout out, man.
Shout out to the Slime, shout out to Capo, shout out to Rich Ice,
Okay.
Moolah, the whole everybody, man. Long run, everybody, man.
What's up, man? So where you from? Where you say where you from?
West New York, New Jersey, man.
West New York.
Right across the other side, man.
Okay, that's where you grew up at?
Well, that's where I grew up at, yeah.
How was it like growing up there?
It was cool. I feel like it's just like another version of New York. It's just like another section, you know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Word.
So you rap, right? Mm-hmm. When you started rapping?
Oof. Shit, bro. In my teens, so like, 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made
it was
you,
heavy in my neighborhood. You know what I mean?
What made you rap? Like
it was my neighborhood. It was what was outside. You feel me?
Word?
Yeah, facts.
So like, what's your style? Like, describe your style.
Well, initially, in the beginning, my cousins definitely put me onto Wu-Tang. That was like a thing. Okay. Like I remember I would hear like Diddy on the radio.
Okay.
During the Big and Puff era, like, 97, 98, 99.
Okay.
But when I would go to my cousin's house, which was like a couple blocks up, they was listening to Wu-Tang, Killer Army, Cool Keef.
Okay.
Common. Like I remember seeing the Common, like Water for Chocolate, I forgot the name of that Common album, that they put me onto that.
What was the first rap CD you cop that you brought? Not somebody put you on. Yeah, I know that's crazy.
That I bought. I would buy the tapes a lot because that's what I was.
That was out.
I wouldn't
back
be able to
tape.
afford the CDs yet. You feel me?
You was going to bootlegging, or you
I would actually buy some.
Going to Tower Records and all that, the Wiz and all that.
I definitely bought the. What's the albums Mos Def used to be on with it was like a collective.
I just know like Miss Fat Booty. I just know that song. I don't know the albums Mos Def.
I bought the ODB album.
Okay.
You know what I mean? For sure. I remember that.
So you was heavy in the Wu-Tang.
I was about the ODB. Yeah, Wu-Tang was definitely in the beginning.
Okay.
Even though like I was so young, I couldn't even understand what them niggas was saying. But it was just it was the influence of my older cousins. You know what I mean?
Right. So what made you want to do it?
Shout out to Bel Air.
Shout out to Bel Air.
Shout out to the whole team.
What made you want to do it full time? Like, want me to pour your troubles or?
No, good looking.
All right. What made you want to do it full time?
I mean, as I was finishing high school. You finish high school, then you like, damn, I ain't go to college.
Okay.
So it's like reality starts setting in. You start working jobs, and then you start like, damn, what am I gonna do in my life? You feel me? Right. So I was always rapping, but once reality started setting in after high school, that's when I really decided that, like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna make this my life. I'm gonna turn this into my life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Without even knowing how to start. Cheers.
Cheers.
Shout out to the bakery.
Shout out to Bel Air.
Bel Air, Mandalay.
Yup, that's a fact. So what's your recording process like?
Well, in the very beginning, I learned how to engineer.
Oh, okay. So you started out engineering or?
I was rapping, but then I always had an issue because I ain't had no money in the beginning. I was really broke. You know what I mean? So I was really broke, and then like my living situation was fucked up since young.
Oh, okay.
So like the niggas that I was growing up with at the time, around that age time, they was always in better situations than me because they they had a house to go to.
Right.
They had parents. You feel me? It's kind of normal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they always had a little more paper than me to make more moves. You feel me? Coming up.
Right.
So for me to sometimes to get to record, I would have to sometimes wait till like the end of the studio. Like I would just stay in my man's studio, in a couple of my niggas' studio that they had,
Right.
you feel me, that they put money up for. And I would kind of just have to wait, you know, just kind of sit there like a sponge the whole day, let them niggas do their thing.
Okay.
And when the studio wasn't used, then in those late hours, 2,
Right.
3 in the morning, that was my time to shine. You feel
Right,
me?
right.
Even if I was there by myself, but I would
Right.
be there all day just watching. You know what I mean? Learning.
Picking up, learning.
That was in Jersey. Then eventually I moved to Miami, and
Okay, how was it in Miami though? Miami is different.
Miami?
That's a different animal, right?
yeah, Miami. I mean, I was 19. You know what I mean? So
19 in Miami. Y'all know you was going crazy.
yeah, in the beginning it was like I was dumbfounded. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right.
I never knew that when you left the tri-state
Right.
and you start like speaking your lingo in other places, like,
Right.
the girls go crazy.
They go.
You feel me?
they
So
go-
I was like, for me, I was like, I never knew I had an accent until I left.
Right,
You
right,
feel me?
right.
But Miami was good. I hustled. I learned how to hustle out there in a
Okay.
different way. I used to work in restaurants. You know what I mean? And you know, we hustlers. I always found a. Next thing you know, I'm working. Next thing you know, I got 5 niggas from Jersey living down there with me, working with me too, all at the same job.
Right.
We took over. You feel me?
Word. I already know. Like,
yeah, so Miami was dope. I had the opportunity to shout out to my dog Cream, who I grew up with. He actually, one of my earlier influences, he actually went to a Full Sail University, right?
Okay.
So when he told me he was signing up to go to college to Full Sail University, which is in Orlando,
Okay.
right? It's audio engineering, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Studio recording, making beats, everything. You feel me? That's
Right.
what that school's for. I was like, fuck it, I'll move from Miami to Orlando. You feel me?
How was that?
So I lived in Orlando for like a year, right? And during that time period, I was basically living on campus. You feel me? Because I lived with my mans, and my mans had an apartment in, like, the school was across the street, and then across the street was the campus. So it was like almost like a spring, like I don't know how, I can't even call it, but it was like a year of school that I didn't pay for. You
Right,
feel me? Because
right.
I would just come outside the complex,
Right.
and everybody in every apartment did something. This one played the piano, this one did this one did that.
So you made a lot of connections when you was in that dorm.
I made a lot of connections, and I learned how to engineer mainly, which eliminated me having to wait for niggas to record
Okay,
me.
you nice with the engineering, or?
Yeah, I could still do it, but I don't do it anymore.
Oh, all
you feel
right.
me? 'Cause
You
I don't got the time for it anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Even though I could turn it off on and so
Right.
like I would take the keyboard, a wireless keyboard and a mouse with me.
Okay.
And I'll flip the screen
Right.
so I could see through the thing, and I'll just
Oh, that's
record like that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's when you first started rapping. So now that you rap, did you sign a deal, or are you independent? Like,
I did a 1-album deal with shout out to RGM 150.
Okay.
It's a label out in Texas.
Okay.
It's an independent label, and obviously, you know, Texas market is like they big. Just on that, if you good in that market alone, like
right. So you got a fan base, you got a people in the Texas.
I just toured the whole Texas with the Locks, and I've been doing shows in Texas for like the past 3 years.
Okay.
now.
Do you do a lot of tours and stuff like that?
Right now, as of lately, I've been jumping on tours for the past couple years. The Locks is the first tour that I like. I pick and choose what city I could go, I jump on.
Right.
Like me and Kiss have this conversation, and he's like when he see me in Texas, he's like, "You gonna do every show?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yo, Kiss, I'm not really worried about the tri-state because we've been doing that shit our whole life since we've been growing up.
Right.
Like if I'm gonna catch any looks with y'all,
Right.
I'm gonna just do the cities that we gotta go travel to. That
Right.
You know what I mean?
How do you find out like the demographics that you popping in?
Through stats on like your Spotify for artists and shit like that.
Okay.
But really, bro, like I don't got time to keep track of that shit. You know what I mean? I try to just like footwork ground.
Cause you a man of many hats. I thought you was a manager.
Yeah.
No, are you
know
a
what
manager?
it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? I manage myself so well
Right.
that my friends be like, "Yo, can you do this for me?"
Right,
So
right,
it's not like I set out to be a manager.
Right.
Like even with V, right? Like
Right.
everybody's like, yo, you Vado's manager?
Yo,
And it's like, yo, it's not that I'm Vado's manager, bro. That's my brother, first of all.
Right.
You
Shout
know
out
what I
to
mean?
the family.
Yo, that's my brother, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, we just looking out for my brother, and then in turn, it just kind of turned that way because he knows I'm like, V could leave money in my house for months, not a dollar get touched, jewelry, whatever. It doesn't matter. You feel me? So that's been something that's been built over time. I'm the type of dude that's like, you know, I got my license. I got, when I go to the airport, T say pre-check clear. I got all them little nooks and shit that, you feel me? That I be like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like you know how to get around. Like you know a lot of shit. So it's like.
Yeah, so that's the whole, and it's not only for V, like I do it for all the guys, you know what I mean? Like I try to like, I'm basically the point guard, you know what I mean?
Right. Would you do management though, or? Because that should take a lot of time and shit that too.
I mean, you know, it does take a lot. It does take a lot of time, but yo, at the end of the day, it's like there's no price on working for yourself, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
What type of artist are you?
I'm gonna say I'm a motivational, hustler artist and also for the ladies. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. So you did some love and hip hop. Mm-hmm. You on Love and how did you get on like reality TV? Because you everywhere.
Yeah. That's the beauty of being independent, though. Right. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of being independent, bro. That I'm not tied down to no contracts that I can't do certain shit. I could just do anything, basically. Right, you know what I mean? But Love and Hip Hop happened organically. Shout out to Carly Red at the time.
Okay.
You know, I had met her at me and Vado, we went out to the gala over in, I think it's the Money Team's gala that they have every year down in Long Island at some castle. Okay. So it was a tuxedo event, you know what I mean? And I remember being on the dance floor and I think at the time, Michael Blackson's wife, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. She comes up to me and she's like, "Come here." She grabs me. You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't know I was Michael Blackson's wife till after. You know what I mean? And she brings me to Carly, right? And she's like, "My girl thinks she cute."
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And that's how the whole shit with Carly started. So the shit with Carly happened off camera. Like that relationship, like what you saw on television, it was organic. It wasn't forced. So when they told me to
that wasn't no fake relationship.
Yeah, no, when they told me to come on the show, like I told them I didn't want to do the show unless it was something like that's like I don't want to go too off of who I am. You know what I mean? Right. Don't have me like.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Would you do your own reality show?
But shit, why not?
Okay, because you know that
we're not gonna leave nothing off the table.
That shit get messy.
Yo, it gets messy if you let it. You know what I mean? My shit wasn't messy. My shit was more geared to. First of all, I was in an episode full of women.
Oh right.
You know what I mean? So it was like
how you like that?
That was awesome.
You know we love women on this podcast. We love women.
I would love that my episode was geared around like. Just being a gentleman, taking a shorty out, courting her, type. You know what I mean? That's my type of vibe, anyways. You feel me? Right. So for me, I was in my natural element. You know what I mean?
Right. So would you sign a deal with a major?
If it made sense, I would. It would make sense if I make myself hot enough to the point where I could leverage the negotiations. But for the most part, bro. Like, I kind of got it all figured out already. You feel me?
Okay.
It's only a matter of having money to do these moves that need to be made in order to get hot. You know? Right.
Because I see you had the song with Ross. And you shot the video in Miami on the yacht and all that. Like,
I did that by myself.
By yourself? That should take a lot of money.
That's independent.
It take a lot of money.
And I got it cleared. And I got it on the DSPs. And when it came out, Ross collabed and put it on his Spotify as
shout out to Ross,
top pick. And shout out to Ross. You know what I mean? Put me onto the Bel Air. You know what I mean? So I fuck with Ross, man. I fuck with Ross heavy, man. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? Since then, shit, he's on a Billy run now, so it's crazy.
That's crazy. What's the pros and cons about being independent?
The pros and the cons is that if you're the con is only for a person who's not a hustler, a person who's not willing to know that it's a dog fight.
Right.
So if you don't got that dog in you to fight,
go major, right?
Go major. Be lazy. Let the label cut the check, the studio.
Let them just control everything, like be a puppet. Everything. So you think it's a puppet play or? Or not
I think it's a lazy play.
It's a lazy.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
The work you don't put in now will be the fucking, the curse that you're gonna have to pay for later. And what I see now is like, I see a lot of artists that are established, a lot of artists that I look up to growing up, right? And I see their label situation, their legal situation, and it sucks, bro.
Right. I see a lot of artists going independent too.
And I also know artists that are major, that are waiting to get off of their deal. Artists that are big, that I'm not gonna mention their names. You feel me?
Right.
But just insight rolling through the industry that are waiting to get off the majors and just go independent. You know what I mean?
Right. So what's the pros of being independent?
The pros of being independent are this.
Right.
The road is much harder. The work is much tougher, right? But I missed one soccer game in the past 2 years.
Okay.
All right. If I want to pick my son up from school, I pick my son up from school.
Right.
If I want to bring him lunch in the middle of the day because I feel like it,
right,
I could do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So the pros about being independent is that I'm not tied down. All my royalties, they come in. I see them every quarter. You get me?
Right.
And it just comes in gradually, bro. The only difference is that people gotta understand is like music money be slow money sometimes.
Right.
Because you're always reinvesting. That's the thing.
You always reinvest.
Feel me?
And do you invest in yourself? Or?
All the time, bro. All the time. I reinvest everything.
You spend a lot of money on yourself.
Yeah, hell yeah, you have. That's what but this phone, I've been building it up for like 15, 20 years. There's not a day that this phone don't ring and bring in some type of money, bro. I feel like this is like a phone that a phone number that I used to hustle back in the day, and I used to sell dubs of of haze, and yo, you build up this phone and then you pass it off here, my nigga. This phone's already clicking. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a true hustler shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you just like, yo, all you gotta do is answer this phone. That's it. Like,
you know
that's a fact. So why the name 100 Summers? What that mean to you?
When you really think about how many summers you got in life, you know, sometimes you won't even make it to 100 summers, you know what I mean? So like for me, I want to be able to, you know, live 100 summers, nigga, why not, right? But in the whole scheme of thing, like my whole thing was like, and this was like my ultimate dream project, which is, it's an insane project, were for me to have 100 albums made, and even if I don't make it to 100 summers, right, but I have an album still scheduled to drop.
So your work ethic is crazy.
You know what I mean?
You record like non-stop.
Yeah.
That's what basically?
Basically try to drop an album like for 100 summers straight. You feel me? That would be like, that would be something cool to do. But yo, that's a lot of work too, you know what I mean?
So what's one of your most memorable moments since you've been rapping?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have so many. You feel me?
So you can name a couple. Name a couple, like
most memorable moment, hands down.
Right.
Man, Dipset versus the Lox. I was there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was there, bro. I was right there. I was on the Lox side, of course.
Okay,
no disrespect to Capo. Capo's my dog.
You know you in Harlem, man.
Yeah,
so
no disrespect.
And this is like the home base.
Nah, listen. Capo's my dog. I had my son in Harlem the other day while they were shooting the video for This Is Harlem remix with Bob.
Okay, yeah, they shot some in here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I ain't make it to the scene.
All
so
right,
scenes before that, I was there.
All right,
I had my son with me.
Oh, okay.
So I slid.
Yeah, you always with your son. Your son like your little cameraman, too.
Yo, I wish he held the camera, man. That ain't gonna do nothing, man. He just be like, yo, what we buying today? What we eating today? He's like a little machine.
Oh, yo, he loved eating, too, because when he was here.
Yo, shit, man. They get more expensive as they grow.
Yo, so.
But shout out to Capo, man. He gave my son $100. My son kept them $100 on the top of his computer for like, I think he just spent it like last week. You heard?
Word?
That shit just sitting there. I'm like, yo, he kept asking me, I'm buying him shit.
Yeah.
And like a month and a half in, I'm like, nigga, you got $100 sitting on the counter by yourself V-Bucks and Roblox or whatever it is y'all niggas want to buy. Yo.
So when it come to fashion, because you always clean.
You ask V wouldn't agree with that.
Oh, you not word?
V doesn't agree. Yeah.
Word?
To Vado standards, I don't know.
Word?
I'm like over here. Vado's like, Vado be like,
Your shit alright? Your shit. So describe your style like with this fashion
I
shit.
say I feel like I got like a New Jersey mobster style. I love tracksuits.
A New Jersey mobster.
Yeah.
Alright, that's different. That's hard though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a little fly.
Yeah.
That's some fly shit to say. That's some rapper shit.
I be having tracksuits, but I'm the tracksuit king. I still got the Sean John velour.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The old school one with the all black one. You know, I
Okay.
be stacking them shits.
Do you have like a favorite brand or something?
Not really, bro.
So you just wear like.
Whatever I like.
So how you shop? Like you shop like when you gotta go somewhere, or you got pieces?
Yo, I
or
tried
people give you
Fashion
free
Nova
shit?
the other day for
Okay.
the first time.
Right.
Because, yo, I'm tired of going to the mall, bro.
Right.
And I'm tired of going to the mall, and I'm tired of going to the mall and finding nothing.
Right.
So sometimes I've been feeling
Fashion
like...
Nova got a lot of. Shout out to Fashion Nova. They got
Shout
a lot
out
of
to
gems.
Fashion Nova. Let me tell you something. You know, I've been trying. Me and Vada was having a conversation for like a week and a half. I said, "Yo, V, I'm not used to these bell bottom jeans. Like, you know, what do I do? What do I do? Because I'm used to the."
So you look at V as like a fashion. You
Yo,
look at Vado as
V,
fashion.
And V, he's such an asshole. He said, yeah, don't jump in that lane, huh? Don't jump in that lane. That ain't you. That ain't you. He said, what he told me? He said, go to Neiman's. Go look for Fear God essentials.
Okay.
Get you a tracksuit of those. You good with
Okay,
those?
all right. So do you jump in like fashion, like you look at Vado like as one of the
Just
top
all y'all,
dogs?
just all y'all in general, because
Okay.
I'm around so many Harlem cats now, right? And I have no choice but to. My fashion has gotten better ever since I started hanging out with y'all.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie.
You
feel me?
throwing that shit on there? Like,
Yeah. I learned.
What's the flyest borough to you?
Definitely Harlem, bro.
Definitely Harlem?
Nah, hands down, bro. Without a doubt. It's unmatched, bro.
It's unmatched?
Yo, as a matter of fact, when we was on tour in Texas with Kiss, he said, I remember we FaceTime V, Kiss said, this nigga V be fly even on a phone call, just on a FaceTime.
So yo, switching tone, switching gears. When it come to the women, right? Because you know we love women, right?
That's a fact, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you set the tone? Like, do you usually go after women, or you like the women that go for you?
Nah. I don't. I mean, you get both,
Right.
It's never one-sided. You know, I go after them. Sometimes they come after me. It just, you know.
All right. So how do you usually meet women? Like when you like.
Well, now, man, in today's
Get
age,
these niggas a play, like
in
get these
today's
niggas.
age, I don't know, bro. My Instagram be lit, so that shit's the cheat code. You feel me?
So you think Instagram is Chico?
Oh man, it's a super cheat code, bro.
Word,
Yeah,
like-
man, because they get to see your whole profile,
Okay.
what you about, how you moving on a daily basis, who you with,
Right.
And that's intriguing enough.
But
you know what I mean?
but you like.
It's like a fast-paced interview for
Okay.
like a week. They study you. Boom,
Okay,
boom, like,
so-
oh, nah, he lit.
All right, so how you set the tone on like a first date? Like what's your
Go out
vibe?
to eat. Go out to dinner.
Okay, that's what you'll do, a dinner date for first date.
Go out to dinner. You know what I mean? Catch a vibe.
Catch a vibe.
Yeah.
Like what's a vibe, man? Like let's
Good
get it.
restaurant, definitely.
Good restaurant.
Hands down.
What's one of your favorite spots?
A lot of my favorite spots are in Vegas. I'm not gonna lie to
Okay.
you. Even though they got them out here in New York, but I just feel like
Name some Vegas
Shout
spots.
out to Catch at the Aria,
Okay, they got.
STK.
Okay, you don't like the joints in New York though? Catch.
I like them, but it's something different about having dinner, walking out the casino and the club being right there. It's just different, bro.
It's just different.
Yeah, it's different.
You'll do a club on a first date?
I did.
All
Yeah, I
right.
did.
All right.
It depends. It depends where we at. Too.
Okay.
New York, I don't really get that vibe.
You don't get that? So you like Vegas, like that's your shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You get a couple different versions of me depending on where we at. You feel me?
What version we got in New York?
New York, I'm on point. You know what I mean? Sharp as an arrow.
Okay.
Taking care of family. You know what I mean? And that's it. Maybe pop out mostly for business. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So when you on a date, right, on a vibe, is the vibe unlimited, or do you got like a limit? Like, yo, I'm only spending $500 with this joint, or I'm spending.
Nah, if I go out, if we're going out, man, we going out. You know what I mean?
Right. So you don't. It's unlimited. The vibe is unlimited.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Man.
So you ain't pocket watching. You ain't penny
It's the worst thing you
pinching.
could do. You don't go out if that's the case. You know what I mean? And man, you never know. Shorty might be down for you to cook dinner for her. You know what I mean?
Right. So you be cooking?
Facts.
Word? You do all that?
As V. he wanted to throw a barbecue one time.
Right.
And my man was telling me, yo, you never tried it? He kept like, V's got to hit him.
Right,
Click, you know what I mean?
yeah, hell yeah.
So we threw a barbecue. It was a couple of us in there, man. Yo, that nigga, when he said, you made this? He said, oh, now you my chef every summer.
So that's one of your go-tos. You cook for some women.
Yeah, if I really like you.
Oh, so you gotta really like a woman.
Yeah, all my homegirls, you feel me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of female friends?
I do, because I feel sometimes.
Like platonic?
Platonic, yeah, because
Okay.
like, yo, listen, you don't gotta fuck everything that walks. I feel like a lot of guys make that mistake. You feel me?
Okay.
And
women always got your, but not to cut you off. Women always got your back. Like that's, I think women see things that we don't see.
I feel like sometimes I like just being around women. You feel me?
That's
like,
a fact, right?
You know what I mean?
Like that energy different, right?
I don't care if I take 4 girls out to eat.
Okay.
You get me?
So when you went out with your female friends, like you'll pay the whole bill?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Hell
fire.
yeah.
That's fire.
Nigga, I do it with my niggas. Think about it.
Right.
How many times did my niggas be, yo, I don't got it, man. Yo, I don't got it. 3 niggas you gotta pay for.
Right. So
And them niggas is getting on my nerves most of the time.
at least with the female friends, it might go, well, nah, they friends, so you keeping it platonic or,
Yeah,
or
keep it
how you
platonic.
feel about friends with benefits?
I feel like it works sometimes, maybe for a little bit of short time period, but it always ends up crashing, just like a girl that tells you, because the new thing is now the girl tells you, listen, I'm open for you to bring in another girl in the relationship.
Right. All right.
That's
Yeah.
the
Let's
new
talk
one.
about it.
That's
yeah.
the new one. They
That's
all
the
tell
new
you,
one.
I'm ready for you're a man. I understand, right?
Right.
And you're like, all right, bet. And then she's gassing you. Find one. You know what I mean? Then you're on a mission. You're like, you're busy now.
Yeah.
Your mind is like, yo, I gotta find one that's down.
Yeah.
You start asking old joints like, yo, what's up? yo, you down?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
Then you do it one time and it's exciting. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe we did that.
Right.
And do it a second time, it's cool.
Right.
Then months go by, you still hooking up.
And you like,
there's
yo.
feelings involved.
Right.
And you do it that third time, nah, bro, it's not the same anymore.
It's not the same no more. So the friends with benefits, you don't like that? Like,
It'd be tough, man. They fall in love, man. Girls fall in love, man. Unfortunately, it's tough. That's why as a man, you gotta know what the arm work does down there to a woman. So it's like, if you feel like, that's why I don't feel like you should fuck everything that walks, bro.
Right.
You should just learn
So
how to have.
So you turned down some box before? Or
All the time, bro.
All right.
All the time. You have to.
You got to?
Bro, you have to. The way it comes, first of all, the ratio of women to men right now is crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the way it comes at you, you have to turn it down. It's first of all, it's not even good for you, bro.
Word.
Hell, that's too much pussy is bad for you, my nigga. Yeah. Shit.
I never heard that. That's a new one.
have a balance,
I ain't gonna lie, that's a new one. Nigga said too much pussy is bad for you.
You gotta have a balance, bro.
Like, yo, explain that to the people, because some of these niggas out here might not get that bar right.
Too much pussy is bad for you, man. You should be, as a man, you should be busy building an empire. So if you just fucking all the time, what the fuck are you doing? You feel me? First of all, that shit drains you. You feel me?
Right.
Drains you. I literally have to eat after. You feel me? Like I got not just eat anything. I gotta put like steak in my body, eggs. Like I just lost mad nutrients. So like I'm very conscious of that. You feel me? Like you know what I mean?
So. See, now I want to elaborate.
Everything in moderation, bro.
Right.
You feel me?
So you feel you more focused in a relationship or single?
I mean, now I'm single, bro, and it's crazy because I was with my son's mother for like 6-7 years.
Okay.
And that was a big transition for me. So I'm running a little wild right now. I'm not gonna hold you. Not wild in a sense. Like I'm like having crazy sex. Just wild in a sense like I'm posting whatever I want. You feel me? And I'm posting my lifestyle unapologetically now.
Right, because you had to apologize. You had to be respectful of your queen.
Now I just don't give a fuck anymore because life is short, bro. And at the end of the day, you die, and people are gonna do what they want to do anyways. You feel me? So it's just like I have this aura there where I just hang out with a lot of girls and I have this charisma about me. I just don't want to do none of the shit that niggas be getting hemmed up on TV for. Right? Which is another reason why you shouldn't fuck everything that walks.
Right.
You feel me? If you just keep it platonic, you keep it like, yo, it's got to be your liking. Some niggas might not, you know what I mean? Some niggas might want to hang out with niggas all day. I don't. You feel me? Like,
that's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact. So what's the first thing you notice about a woman that you're attracted to?
I like black hair.
You like black hair? Okay.
Yeah.
Like light skin, dark skin,
all flavors.
All flavors. There's no discrimination. You ain't turning like no.
Nah, because every woman is different. Every woman got something about them that separates them from the next woman that makes them beautiful in their own way. You know what I mean?
So you said black hair, because black hair is really like broad. You know what I'm saying? So like
it just be the starter.
That's the starter. So once you see that black hair, what's your bar? Like you jump in DMs or?
I'm a clown, man.
You send memes and shit, or?
Nah, I be saying dumb shit. Sometimes, like, I be saying dumb shit and poetic shit, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. What kind of poetic shit? Hold on, let's get it, because you are a rapper, so that's kind of some, what's some rap shit you'll sit like?
I think there's one that I like that I say all the time. I'm like, yo, perhaps.
Give these niggas some bars, man. These niggas gonna use your shit.
Perhaps we met, I think it was something like, perhaps we met right now because we ain't finished loving each other in another lifetime. Some crazy shit like that. So just you know what I mean? It depends if I really like the girl type shit. I be sending, you know what I mean? So do you I think I've only used that one once actually, you know what I mean?
So like, do you be like, cause you know Future got the shit too fast. So like when you like a girl, so you just like, do you start like tricking, paying bills and shit like that? Or?
Nah. Well, we do live a good lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like for me to pay bills, you gotta be my wife, you feel me? Like I'm not just paying bills for like any random chick.
Like a chick you
let's open up a business together. That's a different conversation. Like, you know what I mean? But like as far as like, you know, courting her, taking her out to eat, going on vacations.
Okay.
You know, even
you'll fly a girl out for a first date.
Yeah, my nigga, the way my life is, you know what I mean? Like that's actually probably the primary date. It's like, yo, you want to meet me at the city? Like, you know what I mean? That's a fact. I don't be wanting to chill out here like that. You feel me? I'd rather go catch a vibe where they gonna take care of my hotel, they taking care of everything when we get there. Right. You know what I mean? So
all right, since you said you be in every city, what city got the best women?
I wouldn't say it's a city. I would say a section.
Okay, what section?
It would be California, Arizona, Vegas, that little area right there.
So
that
you like that West Texas, Coast. You like that
Midwest, Midwest and West Coast section right there. Yeah. Insane.
In the
membrane.
Beautiful. in the membrane.
And what I like about it, and it's not, it's just you know, over here the women are aggressive, and I get it. It's just the culture.
The women are what type of aggression? What type of aggression?
Like, my nigga was good.
You like, hold on.
Nah, me, it is what it is. I laugh, you feel me? But me personally, I love the soft-spoken West Coast girls. They go crazy with our accent. You feel me?
Right.
Like they go insane.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So me, you know what I mean? I prefer that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It's just like when I went to Colombia. Like when I went to Colombia, at the time I was with my son's mother.
Colombia got a lot of beautiful.
They was calling me mi rey.
I don't even know what that is.
Listen, that's my king. Yo, there wasn't a corner I turned that they wasn't calling me that. I call my son's mother. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm doing something wrong. Cause I'm out here, and for everything they calling me my king, and I go home.
What is it called again? Say that shit.
Mi rey.
That shit might be the name of this episode.
I told my son's mother, I was like, yo, I must be doing something wrong. They calling me king out here. I've been called king so much, I never heard this at the house when I'm home. And she's like, you're never gonna hear it. That's what she tells me.
So what's the definition of a good woman?
A good woman comes from a good foundation that her parents taught her.
Okay.
And a father, unfortunately, for a woman is very important. Okay. And even brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean? If a woman has that, you know, most of the time, they come from a good foundation. That's important, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not saying that there is women that didn't have their fathers or not, you know what I mean? But a woman gets their principles and morals from their family, you know what I mean? Right. So I feel like that's where a good woman comes from. You know what I mean? From a good example of good parents, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I feel like a father is definitely important in a woman's life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the most impressive thing a woman has ever done for you? Like, yo, damn, I'm impressed. Like, I really like her.
Yo, these days it'd be tough.
Why you said these days it'd be tough? What happened? These women ain't impressing you?
Like, impressing me in how though?
Like, anyway, like, that you like, yo, I'm impressed. Like they not impressing you? Like,
You know what, man?
I'm putting you on the spot, right?
Even though she hate my guts, you know what I mean? Shout out to my ex. My ex got my name tatted on her rib cage.
Oh, okay.
I was the first woman that ever did something like that, and I thought that was pretty dope. But at the same time, I was like, man,
that's some real shit. You got her name tatted too?
Nah.
So that's
we broke up, man. Unfortunately, man.
Okay.
You know, I wish her the best.
So that's the most impressive thing a woman is like. Nah, that's tough though. That's like lifetime. Like,
yeah, you got my name tatted. You know?
Word. So any dude like that's your ex, respectfully.
I'm
Any
toxic
dude
now. I'll be like, to get my name tatted. You
Oh shit. So what's the definition of success to you, man?
Yo, listen, like I told you before, the definition of success is being able to do what you want when you want to do it.
Okay.
That's it. Success is simple. You don't gotta have $1 million, but if you got a good business that's bringing you in money that frees up your time, that's success. If you if your grandmother calls you and out of left field, she got to go to the supermarket and you can make it to go pick her up to take her, that's success. If your son got a soccer game and you haven't missed a soccer game since he started, or if you got time to go outside and throw the ball with him, that's success. Being there for his mom, even though we're not together. She needs anything, and always being able to be counted on, that's success, bro. You feel me? The material things, you could obtain them and maintain them.
Right.
But the real success is being able to spend time with your family, bro, and really just spend time with your family. That's it.
Right.
When you realize in the end that's all that really matters. That's why you always see me with my son, because I know he's growing.
Right.
He's turning 7 this month.
Okay.
But I know
Shout out to your son.
Yeah, shout out to my son. But time, the clock's ticking, bro. Like that. Even right now, we losing time. You know what I mean? So I don't take no conversation lightly. A stranger on the street, everybody, like, you got to be able to cherish life in that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
It'd be tough for me sometimes to go on the road. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get emotional. I start having anxiety attacks. You feel me? Like, I'm always happy, and that's the side you see to me. But when it's time for me to get on a flight, oof, and I got to leave I'm not in control.
Right.
You feel me? I gotta put my life on a fucking airplane for a couple hours.
Cause them planes been getting crazy. We like, yo, them shits been going crazy. Like.
So it's tough, man. I be leaving. I be crying right before I leave. I can't even help it. My chest be getting tight. You feel me?
Right.
So that's when you realize what's important in life, and all I could do now is just stay prayed up at that moment.
Right.
You feel me? And just in general, stay prayed up. You feel me? To just be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I lost my father at young, bro. So I think with me, it's a trauma thing where I knew what it was like after my father died. Mm-hmm. I was 3, turning to 4. You know what I mean? So I always compare that for some reason. Maybe it's the trauma. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know losing a parent is detrimental, bro.
Right.
So when God puts you in charge of a child, right? That shit is like, it's beautiful,
right?
But at the same time, you're like, damn. You feel me?
Right.
Nigga looking at you for like a superhero. Yo,
my dad. Yo, my dad. Yo, my
mom. Yo, my dad. Yeah. And then you even start looking at his mom like, damn, I gotta take care of her too.
Right. That's a fact.
That's like it's crazy. We need both of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's deep. It gets deep.
So how do you feel about monogamy in relationships? You think you could be faithful?
Damn, bro. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I definitely fucked up.
I know I switched it from
I'm a man. I definitely fucked up, and I just don't know. You know, there's no rule book on how to be a husband, right?
Right. You was married before, or?
No, I was engaged.
Okay.
With my son's mother.
Okay.
There's no rule book on how to be a husband, or and it's not like I got the best examples.
Right.
You feel me? So this is my first time maneuvering through a situation like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, is it right to cheat? I don't think so, bro. It's deceitful, and I'm actually upset that the way I see it now, I should have just told my son's mother. I should have just been like, yo, look, we're not working out. Let's take a break,
Right.
and handled it that way. But when there's a child in the middle, neither parent wants to leave the child,
Right.
and it becomes extremely difficult. And then
Right.
you start getting scared of what the outcome could be. But now when I see how it is now, how cool everything is now, she'd be in my house, I'd be at her house. We still eat together. I was just over there right now. I left my son over there.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
And we do shit together every day. We just don't cross that line anymore.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So I wish I would have made that decision earlier,
Right.
instead of doing what I did behind her back, and then, you feel me?
Right.
Because I got caught up. I'm not gonna hold you.
Do you think you could ever be faithful to one woman?
I could.
You could?
I could.
Because one of my friends told me, like, some days you might want pancakes, sometimes you might want waffles, sometimes you...
Yeah, no, listen. I be faithful to the point where I start losing, like the woman starts losing me. You feel
What you
me?
mean? How could a woman start losing you?
So like,
We get into this women shit. We getting
Listen.
into this women, like...
one thing, there's a couple things actually. It's not one
Okay.
thing, it's a couple things.
Okay.
Like, what I noticed that a lot, the women of our generation do, right? They love to go and tell their issues to their friends.
Oh,
you feel
okay,
me?
yes.
So throughout a relationship, even in the beginning of a relationship, you start dating your girl, whatever the case may be.
Right.
First flare, right? First flare, y'all get into y'all first heated debate, boom.
Right.
The girls immediately know, right?
Right.
Boom. Then the more debates happen, more it spreads, right? And sometimes I'll be looking at the friends, and the friends don't be even having no
man,
I don't
marriage.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they don't even have no example. That's not like a good example you should get advice from. You
Right.
feel me? So when I hear a girl tell me, oh, but I need to vent, and I'm like, yo, that's what therapy's for.
Right, okay.
Go see a
So
therapist.
you big into
feel me?
therapy.
I should 100%. You feel
Okay.
me? I don't feel like people should know when you're in a relationship. I don't feel like people should, especially family and people like, because then what happens is that you give them a perspective of just the moment that happened. It's not entirely of the definition of what the person is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then now you give your family who loves you and is biased.
Right.
Right.
They
a
always
certain
gonna take
image.
your side.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then when you take them back or take her back,
Y'all good.
and then the family looking at you crazy, like, yo, this nigga's a monster, like, and
So
you like,
that's one way you start losing me.
okay.
The second way you start losing me is when you start making sarcastic jokes around people.
Oh.
Even though they funny,
Right.
like it'll be some, and especially when it's certain towards what I do. Like,
Right.
oh, he was in Vegas in this because I would lie about going to the strip club because,
Right.
like, it's not that I don't want to tell the truth. It's just, I'm not trying to get yelled at just for going to the strip club and having a good time. Certain
Right.
women are okay with it. My baby mother, she wasn't.
Right.
So I had to keep it on the low when I was going out to strip clubs. You feel me?
Right.
But you know, I would get caught.
Right.
Like, cause women are like, they should have all been CIA agents and FBI agents. 'Cause
Women
they
are
good.
definitely the feds.
Bro,
they are definitely
they're
investigators.
fucking-
They the
they're
feds,
good, bro.
man.
They good. Like, you know, like she'll do shit like, you want me to put your clothes away when I come back from a trip? And I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm certain. I'm like, I don't got nothing in there. You heard? I got nothing in there. Receipt from an ATM.
Oh, so
This shit said something like grocery store, right?
yeah.
She looked it up. She went even further. She looked it up. Find out it was the hidden name of the ATM.
Right.
But the address was to the strip club.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So I would get
wow.
caught up in dumb shit like that. You know
Damn,
what I
so
mean?
that's some real investigative shit. Like,
She's good.
so she's
Shout out to her. She's good.
shout out to her.
You know what I
So
mean?
would you post your partner on social media?
Yeah.
You
why
would?
not? Yeah.
You a tagger too?
Yeah.
Cause you know niggas is snipers. So niggas, so
Listen,
they like, yo, man,
my
that's
bet-
100
listen, my-
Summers
my-
joint.
listen, my
I'm
bet-
going after, cause we was talking about off air, like they like, yo, that's Summers joint.
Yeah.
I'm going after Summers joint,
It
man.
happens all the time, man. I hear it, and the girls always tell me, you feel me? Like,
Right.
you know, but it's guys being guys. I don't, you know what I
How
mean?
you feel like if a nigga shoot they shot
I
at your joint?
expect it.
You expect it?
I expect it.
Some niggas like.
There's no honor amongst thieves anymore.
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
So, like, some niggas get turned on, like, yo, oh, I like when niggas want my bitch.
That shit don't turn me on, bro.
Oh, all
I think
right.
that shit is corny, bro.
That shit is corny?
I get your own bitch, my nigga. Get fly, you know what I mean? Not even, you know what I mean? Go get your own shorty, bro.
Yeah, get
You know
your
what I
own
mean?
shorty, like, you know, like,
And most of the time, I'm a good judge of character. I don't be with girls that like, My baby mother's bulletproof, bro. There's not a nigga. There's not a nigga. First of all, I dated her since high school.
Okay.
So we knew each other that long. It's not like I just met her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So even the woman I had a child with, I really knew her. I knew her family. You feel me? Her brother, grandmother.
Right.
Her family and my family is family to this day.
Right. And y'all still family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
So, but they got a saying, your girl is single depends on who asking. You believe that?
It depends on the girl. Depends on the girl.
So you single depends on, well, you single now, so, but do you play that? Do you play like that? Like you single depend on who asking?
If I'm dating a girl and we dating and we official and I really like, I'm in love with her and I like her, nah, I'm with my shorty everywhere anyways.
You take your shorty everywhere.
Hell
You'll take her to,
when I'm in
take her to the strip club, you'll take her everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, facts.
So, do you have like a celebrity crush or somebody you crushing on because you single? So I gotta ask you.
I was thinking about this question the other day, but I'm not sure who I could. I don't know. Lately, I've been thinking that maybe I should date like a singer.
A singer? Why a singer?
Cause I don't know. Because there's something about like certain singers, female singers right now.
Have you dated a singer before?
Nah, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I think it would be magical because, like, you know, I rap, I write. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, for example, there's this girl named Holly Brune. And like, you know, obviously my favorite female singer is Sade. So I like that, like,
Okay,
like
that vibe.
That vibe. Yeah.
Okay, so what you listening to right now?
I'm listening to my boy song. Dancing Alone, Ricky St. Laurent. Listen to
Yo, that Dancing Alone. You put me on to that. That Dancing Alone.
Shout out to my dog.
That's
my
shit.
dog. Yeah, that's my dog.
Right there.
Yeah,
that's some Vegas, Miami.
Tell me that's not. You could put a girl on any. You could put that song on any
he
girl.
Out of here with that. Yo, that Dancing Alone, like yo, and that's like original. That's his.
That's
shit.
his shit. Yeah.
That shit right there. That's that Vegas, Miami nights. That shit is.
I don't be jacking. I be jacking my niggas, bro. I be bigging up my niggas. You feel me?
Okay.
But yeah, but the song is hot. If not, I wouldn't even mention it. That song is fire.
That shit crazy.
And it's different. It's not no rap shit. You feel me? Like
right.
so.
My last question before we wrap it up: what's 5 things you can't live without?
5 things you can't live without.
Yeah, you can't.
My health.
Okay.
Jesus, my family, rap, and
got one more, player.
One more?
Yeah.
Motivational 80s and 90s movies, man.
That's what's up.
You know,
man.
my Sylvester Stallone movies, my Steven Seagal movies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Tango and Cash.
I still live by
Oh, what's the other Steven Seagal joint?
Alpha Justice.
Shout out to Summers pulling up. Shout out to Chio letting us hold a bakery down, man. Like, comment, subscribe.
Flew, man.
Yo, anything I didn't ask you that you want to plug?
Yeah, listen, I got my new album, Another Run, coming out.
Okay.
A bunch of videos about to drop. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel.
I'll put it up. It'll be up there. Let me know.
It'll be right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Send it to my guy.
Yeah.
YouTube channel, IG. And that's it, man. Tap into the music. Got an extensive catalog. Records with Kiss, records with Ross, with V, Sue Surf, you name it, man.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Summers, my guy. Always a cool individual, B.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, once again, like, comment, subscribe, and vibe.